And I have returned. Welcome back. For those watching the VODs on YouTube, hello! Please be sure to do all the social stuff below the video, etc., etc. We are now in the process of going into filtration media after having finished setting up the zinc plates all the way down in the corner here. Managed to get all of the zinc sorted all in one little square. I've got my train loaded, fully loaded with the zinc plates, and of course, then following that up with improving the chromium output. That's what we've just finished doing. So now all of the places that are requesting huge amounts of chromium are actually going to get their huge amount of chromium. About dang time. And I can, keep up with the trains. I might be able to actually add an additional train, but we shall see about that. We're still only bringing in about 16.1 now of the chromium plates per second. What were we bringing in? 3. So we went from 3 plates per second. Yes, Ollie. It's like he came up and he jumped up next to me, looked at me. It's like, I'm going to attack you. I'm in play mode. Yes, Ollie is in complete play mode right now and is running around everywhere. Everywhere. The entire length, the width of the house. He's been running and racing and attacking and doing all of the things. Which, yeah, it's like, oh, he just earlier was doing these weird cough, sneeze, heave sounds, and was like really sick, I guess. Seemed sick, but of course he's still playing. He's still playing, not sleeping more than usual, just acting exactly as he's always acted. It's like, are you sick or are you fine? I don't know. Because nothing about their behavior has changed at all. Like even when they had the like ear mites and ear yeast, it's like they didn't even have it because they just itched occasionally on their ears. And Ollie's had some watery eye stuff. Again, doesn't matter, doesn't change the behavior at all. Like really, come on. And they had the parasite in their intestines that was causing some diarrhea. That again, it's like besides the diarrhea, they weren't tired. They were still active and playful, and despite being sick, so it's like, huh, kittens will be kittens, I suppose. So for this filtration media build, there are a few things I wanted to check as we continue on today, and that first thing is going to be the microfiber. So I doubled it, knowing that this would happen, didn't I? Yeah, but the problem is I need 4. I need the output of 4 of these, which is, yeah, just a little bit more than 2. Yeah, so I do need to scale that, so I need to bring in uh, some pulp mills from Pi. Oh, I have requested pulp mills. I have them already. I will need wood processing units then from Pi Coal Processing. These guys. I am requesting in nearly everything in coal processing. By the way, nearly every single building I am requesting in coal processing, just to make that clear. Like, all of those buildings, everything with the red background. I know it's a little hard to tell with this UI at this resolution, but it's like, oh, it's easier to say what I'm not requesting. I am not requesting ground borers, filters, classifiers, desulfurizators, fluid separators, FTS reactors, olefin plants, powerhouses, and rectisols of this list. Everything else I'm requesting to have on hand at all times. And of course, like the stuff down here, I don't really need the sand extractors. Why does that Mukmo pasture even exist? That it doesn't exist anymore. Like it can't. I can't make it. At least I shouldn't be able to make it. Can I? No. Yeah, that doesn't exist. There are a few things with uh PyBlock and its interaction with Alien Life that are a little bit off. That are just a little bit off. Things such as the bioreactor having two separate recipes. At least it did at one point have a separate recipe for the bioreactor. I forget where the bioreactor exists normally. Where does that exist if you don't have Alien Life? There. Right there. In fusion energy. This recipe should not be enabled because this is the not Alien Life recipe for it. Yeah, so this is being enabled somehow again by PyBlock, and it shouldn't be enabled by PyBlock when you have access to the recipe from Alien Life. Alright. Actually, I think it's added in. It's added by Fusion, changed by PyBlock, changed by coal processing, changed by high tech, changed by raw ores, changed by petroleum handling, and then again changed by PyBlock. Yeah, that's an interesting array of things that change this recipe for bioreactors. Wow. But originally defined in fusion energy, as opposed to this bioreactor recipe, which is originally defined in Alien Life, and then changed by coal processing. Alright. I know which one I want over time. I will also need centrifuges, which are under the vanilla production doohickey. I would like a stack of those, unless I have them in my vehicle, which I don't. Good to know. Also, another, by the way, like for reference type thing, we are pretty close-ish now to wonderful stuff. We are quickly approaching the stuff needed for optical fiber. Just to point that out, the optical fiber stuff and the direct work towards circuit 2s. Yeah, that stuff. That awesome stuff. And the actual chemical science packs. And the Pi Science packs. The Pi Science will come first, just because, like, that's basically PCB2s. Like, as soon as you get PCB2s, and, of course, the optical fiber, you basically have the neuroprocessors for the Pi Science. So Pi Science packs, under the basic recipe, we have everything for this, but neuroprocessors. And then the neuroprocessors, I have basically everything except for like the Cermet and the Nextlit Matrix, but that I can just make whenever. And the Cermet, I need Molly ore. I need a source of Molly ore dedicated for Cermets. Otherwise, nickel is, I can make that on demand. Same with the ceramic, it can just be made on demand. I'm not one of the few times I'll say that I am in no way, shape, or form even remotely worried about how many Cermet I can make, or how much Cermet, or whatever the tense pronunciation is of those, the plurality. And then the capacitors, these are cap 1s. These are inductor 1s. These are resistor 1s. Nickel I'm making, so it's like, okay, PCB2 is the hard part. And that's going to be stuff, right? That's stuff there, which is lard. I need an actual setup for lard. I need an actual phosphate processing. Okay, so that's going to be the next thing on my list, I guess, is the phosphate processing. Sulfuric acid. Still deciding what I want to do exactly for sulfuric acid. I'm not 100% on that. I can do all this. I can do all of this right now for the hydrogen peroxide. So it's like, okay, etching solution, just phosphoric acid. Phenolic is the zinc chloride, which we're doing as part of the activated carbon. Phenol I have the easy access to now through the stripped distillate processing. So distillates, I can do distillates now to get into cumene for the cumene-based phenol recipe, which also gives acetone, which is a better source of acetone over time. So that's now made fairly trivial thanks to my fat brain blue science. Formaldehyde is still a little bit of a problem. I should have alternative methane by this point. I do have alternative methane at this point. The question is, what alternative would be even remotely useful to me? Like, I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant, shall we say. It's like, that's such a good one if you actually had natural gas, but the problem is actually getting the natural gas. Bio oil. Do we do bio oil? How does that sound? Bio oil into methane or bio oil into natural gas into methane into formaldehyde. Yeah, that's a process. That's a process right there. Thing is, bio oil is like a bunch of steps of processing of the biomass. Where exactly the next intersection is the left-hand turn. All right, off we go. We are building. We are scaling across the universe. I just hope I have that 0.8 on the kick-alk. What was my kick-alk output again? It was this times 2. So it's net 2 per second. All right, that's fine. Oh, right. Go back from whence I came. To here. Why will you not close? Close! Excuse me. There. It's like, it wouldn't close. The window wouldn't close. Like, what? Why would you not close? Hate when that happens. Things just, you tell it to close and it doesn't close. Okay, I need to make sure that I have a splitter here and like a splitter here, I guess, and just go like that-ish type thing. I should actually do that instead. So what I am doing is making this scalable, or copy-pastable at the very least, so that all I really need to do here is grab a whole bunch of that nonsense. I'll still need to work with the other stuff. Right, I'm going to stick you there, get rid of this. I need to... Yeah, I need to do even more shenaniganry, but oh well. More shenaniganry is required. So yeah, that needs to go like that. So that's one. I need another one. Just like that. And this is where I will grab this copy. Paste. Alright, so there's 4, 5, 6. We have 6 now of these. Yeah. It's a few. It's a few. That's 12. Yeah. And that should be also 12. No, 16. No. 18. 1.8. You know, just casually all of my kick alk that I am currently producing. Every single bit of it. Every single bit of it. I need to pick up and put back down these tailings ponds so that they actually function. There we go. I need to sit in my logistic request zone a little bit because I did not have a couple buildings here. Just a couple of those buildings. Yeah. Yeah, we're good now ish. I may want to copy paste this again. Just gonna throw that out there. I may want to do that again, and I may want to put some roboports in here so that I can just let it be automated by my robots to go do the copy pasting of this, because yeah, that's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff to have to worry about. I would need to redo the names on the doohickeys and all that, but yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. And fantastic. Why do I even have an input station here? This does not take inputs. It doesn't take inputs. None of this is from water. This is free. Completely free. 2 per second. Ish. Does not need inputs. Which is great that it's free and it's 2 per second, and I can just place it however many times as I want, and I have kickalc on demand wherever I need it. That's fantastic. Have my bots brought me stuff yet? I don't think so. They are on their way. Here's the train of the robots, bringing me their stuff. Which I will again remind folks that the tier 1 loyalty badge, the tier 1, the basic first month loyalty badge is this guy. These Logibots here, these cargo Pinobots, these are the badge. Their icon. Their icon is the badge for the first 1 month subs. Here, this icon. This little icon here, that's the 1 month. The construction Pinobot is the 2 month. Then the 3 month is the Mark II cargo. The 6 month is the Mark II construction, and then the high-tech Logi for 9, and the high-tech construction for 12. Just did that today, where I have added that in. For the loyalty rewards, for those who are subscribed for extended periods of time. Because that's great things. I like extended period of support. That's great. It is fantastic. Just looking off to the side, seeing if there's anything that is grabbing my attention or needs my attention right now. Doesn't seem like it. As I just wait for my bots to bring me stuffs, bring me these stuffs in particular. They're still bringing me things. What are you bringing me? I don't know. Just go away. Go away. Don't need you so much. I just need to place these things. There you go. Those things, they have been placed. So now I have 8. 6. I have 6 for 1.5 per second. The amount, what is the stack size? 200. What is 400? Divided by 1.6. A little over 4 minutes. I'm fine with that, actually. So we're going to go full cargo here and remove that. And you're going to refill. I should have a stockpile, by the way, of like a lot at the moment. So just so we're clear on that, I have a stockpile that is continuing to stockpile. Okay. That's all that taken care of. That's done. I don't need to worry about that in the slightest. I need to consider excess amounts of zinc chloride as well as excess amounts of activated carbon. Now, I avoid like the plague anything that does use activated carbon outside of filtration media, because filtration media is required and it always needs activated carbon. And it's expensive. Zinc chloride in and of itself is pretty expensive to make. I do try to avoid whenever possible the activated carbon expense. I will need it for vanadits for the vanadium processing chain. So that much is clear. I'll need it for that. I do not need it for organic solvent. I have other means of getting organic solvent. I definitely have other means of getting syngas and CO2. I have never used this saturated Nextlit cartridge BS. I don't need it for the refined syngas. There are much better ways. I don't need it for CO2. I would if I'm doing liquid petroleum-based helium. And I will need it for like initial purified air for cold air. For the I need it for the heavy p-dope silicon, in particular. Apparently, you need it for Mark II Yotoi aloe fruit. Sure. Right. So that's going to be a required activated carbon as well. So vanadium and heavy p-dope silicon, which is used going into circuit 3s for reference. Uh, Supercapacitor cores use it, which is also going into uh, circuit 4s, as well as quantum computing and Nextlit powered accumulator Mark II if I use them. I always I always do make them or try to make them just because, Pyandon likes to see people using the Pi Suite accumulators. And this thing is it's a HAL from 2001 Space Odyssey. It's pretty clear that's what it's based on anyway, on its art. Uh, and I don't tend to use singularity extractors. So yeah, another thing is using activated carbon is that. So that's it. There's 1, 2, 3. If I use the liquid petroleum, I tend to do liquid petroleum-based helium. If you hadn't noticed by now, that is the one I've used in every playthrough of the Pi Suite thus far. That I've gotten to helium. Uh, it's always been liquid petroleum. It's always been liquefied petroleum gas as my method of choice. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 other required uses besides filtration media. So I do need to make sure that I overproduce activated carbon. That's my point. Is I need to make sure that I overproduce activated carbon. I also need to even more overproduce on the zinc chloride for a few other things, specifically for the bakelite, as part of circuit 2s. As part of PCB 2s, not so much circuit 2s. It's PCB 2s because that's used in both neuroprocessors as well as the circuit 2s. I don't do this methanol. I don't do this coal gas. I only do the activated carbon and bakelite, and that's what I need this for. Alright. So what should I plan this around? What should it be planned around? Having excess amounts of... I want, let's say, an excess 5 activated carbon. Maybe not. 2. An excess 2 and an excess 2 of that as well. And this will give me a much better idea as to what I need. I'm also going to, of course, be doing the saline water version of this. This is gonna... Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. I thought it would mess up with the sodium hydroxide, but nah, it's not. I don't have the matrix solver on. It's just giving it algebraic, so we're good. We are good to go on this. Just giving things a little bit of a think right now. I might want more than that. Let's just say 5 spare on the zinc chloride as we go along. Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with this. I think I'm satisfied with this. Just a note that if I do want more activated carbon, I would need to feed more coal dust, which means more coal, which means I would have to scale my coal, which tends to also, and just the way I'm doing it, would also mean scaling my wood production at the same time, because that's this block here. This block here is essentially 30 wood per second, of which 15 wood per second is going in and converting 1-to-1 into coal. 1-to-1 into coal through the DDC method. That's just what's happening here. I do have a huge buffer, though, of the coal, so I'm not worried about that in the slightest of ways. So, let's get that pin back up and work from here. I will need more, a lot more, of the vanilla chem plants. I will need actually to have 40 of those on me. I do have the glassworks on me, so I'm not worried about that at all. I have the ball mills, and I have everything I need. I'll probably need more soil extractors and washers for all of the everything, because this is going to need a tar build on it to get enough saline. Like, this is a lot of saline. This is actually a lot of saline. Let me have a look here. It's half of a thing of tar, just over half of my standard unit for tar. So I have to fit in a single square my standard tar unit plus a train station, bringing a few things in and supplying 3 things out, plus all of this infrastructure in here, and voiding of this stuff here. Now the tailings, the tailings produced from this alone should be enough to produce the benzene that I need from the coal water slurry fuel, because that is absolutely the method of choice here. Oh god, and it's trying to give me all of my water. Please don't do that thing. Please don't do that thing. Please, please, please don't do that thing. Yeah, there we go. That's 34.29 is all I need to feed the glassworks via benzene. This list gets really, really long over time, but it's just all of the extra things that I'm trying to keep track of all at once. So the bots should be on their way to me wherever I'm at right now. Where am I at right now? There. Bots. Huh? They are apparently on the right there. They are. There they are, the little boogers. Are they like... Yeah, they're there, so I can very safely meet them up over here. Over in this general direction. And of course, I need a square. I need an empty square. I need to decide which empty square we're going to work with to do the filtration media. I'm thinking this empty square. Why this empty square? Because it's really close to the zinc. I can provide the zinc in without needing a requester station for zinc. It has access to these lamps as well, so I will have my lamps that I can just bring right next door without needing that requester station as well. I will still need the requester station for the coal, but and the microfiber, but otherwise that's it. And of course the 3 output stations. So a 5 station, train station, is what I'm thinking this will be right now. I need a filtration media, an activated carbon, and a zinc chloride. And I need the coal in, and I need and I need the molten in, so an extra one there. The molten glass in would be extra on top of the microfibers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total stations. 3 requests, 3 supplies. I do need to take... I will take this, but it does need a slight modification here. Let's head out in that direction. I'm glad I have the storage tanks in that particular blueprint, because you can see I'm actually going to use these storage tanks this time around. A lot of times I don't need them, but this time I need them. Now, it is oriented towards input. This time it's going to be output. So I do have to reverse the pumps on it. Alright, let's do this thing. The train station! And it also needs to be a requester station here, not a supply station. So reverse those things, break that, copy, paste, and we are somewhat good. Need to change the name and cut and paste it. Not worried at all. Oh, right. Thingy, thingy, and thingy, and thingy. Yay, we did it. We did it. It works. At least it better work. It darn well better work. Oops. Three requests. Need to add 3 supplies. Somewhere I actually have a setup similar to this, I would imagine. Or I don't, and I'm lying. That high? That shenaniganry? Nah. Okay, that's an option as well. That is an option. I'm trying to find one where I actually have the stuffs there. And if I've built up above from that. Or I grab this. How's this looking? This looks fine, actually. Let's grab that. See if that works. Does this work? It's a tile. A singular tile. Actually, before I do that, this has room. This actually does, I think, have a tile to work with. That way. And that little change there, fixes all of the everything. Just doing that on this station right next to me would have saved so much pain and suffering. Would have just saved so much pain and suffering, but you know what? I fixed it now. We're good. We're fine. I don't need any of this belt at all. These are going to be inputs, not outputs. Absolutely going to be inputs and not outputs. Means I can just remove those train stations in their entirety. And put down bulk rail loaders. Wow. That Z index. Well, that's hilarious. Hi, Z index. You're really high value. It's overlapping the tanks. That yeah. So these have to have a higher priority for overlapping so that they overlap the rails. But it turns out it was set extremely high and it overlaps everything, including the tanks. It seems that the value, it's called the Z index, for the rail loaders is a really high value that is higher even than the tanks defined in the Pi suite. That is funny. It is just aesthetic, though. So we can absolutely have to keep that in mind. Autosave is autosaving. Alright. You, of course, are requesting molten glass at... I'll call it AC for activated carbon. And we are requesting coal at AC. And we are requesting... What was the microfiber? At AC. And I have to, you know, cut and paste every single one of these to make sure that the names... Whoops. So to make sure that the names are actually assigned to all of these things. So, molten glass. Right down there. Followed by coal. Followed by microfiber. Which tab is microfiber? That is always a good question. Microfiber. High tech. It arrived. A train. The train has arrived. With something. My alt mode was not on, apparently. Hey, it unloaded that, at least. So yeah, this is now functional. The trains can now go down. Oh, speaking of going down. Da da. I only actually need one, not two, but oh well. Oops. Oops. There we go. There we go. Huzzah! Deactivated carbon 1. Defiltration media 1. And zinc chloride 1. Alright. That's all good to go. S. Don't stand on the tracks. S. Zinc chloride 1. S. Activated carbon 1. And S. Filtration media 1. Excuse me. They were offset. There's the names. There's the names. And that, as they say, should be that for the train station. Actually, no, it's not, because wires. So what I'm doing is I'm connecting up all of the warehouses, quote-unquote warehouses, and tanks to the butt end of this particular arithmetic combinator right down here. At least it should be the rear end of the arithmetic combinator. Here. And that's going to read whatever's in the thing. It'll take the total count of whatever is in the thing. So that's whatever the signal is in total, divides by 4,000, that number, to the nearest whole number, because these things don't operate with floating points. It rounds to the nearest whole number, and then that is output as a signal X. The next combinator is then taking a constant of 2 and subtracting the value of X. And then it's outputting that value, whatever it is, as P. And then this is like, okay, if the train requester is on, it's on when the train's on the way is less than or equal to the value of P. So basically, if the value of P is greater than, or if the value of P can be up to 2, right? If X is 0, then the input is 2, then it'll be like, hey, the train's on the way is less than 2. It's on. It's enabled when there's fewer than 2 trains on the way, so it's gonna send trains. It's going to send trains. But if the value of X is really high, and it's 0, well then, if trains is 0, it's not going to do anything. It's going to just not send them. If we've got 0 coming in for P. If it's zilch, or if it's negative, if it's a negative value, well, then your trains on the way are not going to be less than P. Something along those lines, anyway. Something along those lines. It's just a simple control thing. I can't explain easily these things. Also, I ended up with this same situation with the thing that I had before somewhere else. Where it's like, okay, now I have to send this off elsewhere somehow. Okay, now that we have about half an hour left, a little over half an hour left, let's actually build the thing, shall we? Or at least work on building the thing that I wanted to build in this part of the stream. Working from way back here. I'm just gonna mark that checked, because it's gonna happen anyway. Alrighty then. Starting us off with the tar build. How do I want to orient this? Where do I want to put it? Always really good questions. It's going to end up here. I have decided that is what it's going to be this time. I will need a heavy oil refinery here. I don't know why I just don't have the heavy oil refinery as part of this blueprint with the voiding all done and set up. It's so that I could scale multiple of these more easily, but like just not bothered by it. Placing this down every time. This does need these doohickeys that get hidden. And power for them. And oddly enough, voiding of the actual main output of the heavy oil. Yeah, because I'm totally voiding heavy oil here. And I need to do standard voiding. Standard full voiding. I want more. MOAR. Just a little bit more is required. We'll see if I need even more than that though, as time goes on. This needs its water. I have to wait for delivery of that, or a construction bot to place the thing. Just because I only carry 10 water wells on me, and this build uses 11. This build uses 11. Do I need 11, though, in this build? No. Actually not. Because, let's see, it's 200... it's 100 plus 300. It's 400 each, so... 1, 2, 3. That would be 1 water well for that stuff. So I could cut down a little bit on water wells. It's 10, so I would be able to get away with 4. I could get away with 4 water wells, but whatever. That's that part. The source of the tar. Next is the source of the saline with 6 quenching towers. Where are my quenching towers? There they are. 6 of them though. Wow. Alright, one. I have this built. I have these. Where though will I have something that I can scale to 6? That is a much better question. Are you scalable? Yes, you are. You are absolutely scalable, but you are voiding the wrong thing, unfortunately, but we can fix that. Just upgrade the things first. Do that. give it to the water supply. That's not going to be a thing. Wait, what? Even for the tar. Alright, that can be another tile in. Needs voiding of excess tailings. So I will worry about that when that time comes. Yeah, don't have that as a thing. Give me... Come on. Aim. Aim is everything. Three, 4, 5, 6. Ta-da! Yeah, probably gonna need another set of those. Just gonna throw that out there, because this is gonna be making a lot of stuff. Ain't nobody got time for, what? I just saw that. Got time for what? I have lost the context. What are... Oh, that was just... reducing the amount of used wells. Yes, that... Of course. No one's got time to make things work nicer. That's just this. That was part of a, just the copy-paste. It just had little multi-purpose pipe next to all these things. I've already deleted them. Yeah, these are multi-purpose pipes. Just by the way, they are the top-tier pipe in the Pi suite right now. Well, that's that done. With the exception of the necessary amounts of voiding that's going to need to occur, because that's a lot of tailings. That's a few units of tailings. Also, yeah, more water wells are required here. Yeah, I will split the tailings. This will go down. This will go down. One of these is always going to get voided. It's 750, so that's 4. 4 little voids. For 1. And the other is basically the same thing, except behind an overflow valve. And going off down from there. Alright, bots, bring me stuff. I should be in my network now. Bring stuff from here to here. That would be ideal, greatly ideal, if you would do such a thing for me. And that'll be the tailings that will be used to make the stops. Oh, right, fluid steps. I don't have those. Vehicle. Does a vehicle have fluid seps? I think. Nope, it does not. I can see in the tooltip it does not have fluid seps. So very saddening that it doesn't have that. Hey, I'm using the smart tool. Hey, I actually used it for once. For its intended purpose. Why? Why did I just use it? Because I didn't feel like going in and doing the request for the item and then waiting for the request for the item when I already know that I have my logistic system here and I could have my robot bring it and construction bot bring it and deliver it and place it down for me. that's what I think that's good for. Otherwise, this will be feeding into two wonderful DDCs. I can get close enough to place those myself. Making benzene through that recipe. Yeah, there, yes. Thanks. Just make sure I do not accidentally step out of my network, and I should be good. Yes, we are separated sufficiently. This to here with one of those. Dang it. Get the regular pipe. Thanks. Benzene. Hey, they placed it. Good. And I'm gonna just stay standing here and let my bots, all of these glorious train of Logibots, bring me stuff, restock with all these things. Specifically the deep water wells. That would be great to have some deep water wells. Oh hey, we are backed up on saline. Yay! Right. I think I am also going to overflow void a bit of this saline just to make sure that I always have this moving. Like, that's a pretty important thing, is just to make sure that it's constantly moving. Constant movement is always going to be the better option, specifically in PyBlock, where it's not so much the amount of stuff that you have, it's the rate of which you are making stuff. That's far more important. Income, rate of income is far more important than the amount of money that one has, just in general life. Such is the way here. It doesn't matter how many units of iron I have. What matters is how much iron I'm making every second. And in this case, it matters how much tailings and saline I'm making per second. It doesn't matter if I'm destroying all of it, doing nothing with it, as long as I'm still making it. As long as I'm still making it, it doesn't matter what happens to it in the end, as long as I'm making it. That's the idea. And then in the case of money, it's you make it to then spend it to make more of it. And that's the idea with money and investing, is you use your money to make more money. Anywhoozle, they have mostly delivered everything, I think. Just a few stragglers giving me stuffs. So I am okay to leave my network. What are you missing? Actual tailings is what you are missing. Oh, we got a tech! Attack! Let's get the rocket silo. Sure, why not? Let's launch a rocket. Not even at Circuit 2s yet. Let's launch a rocket. That's gonna involve Circuit 2s. And low density structures, I think, are a little bit more complex. The rocket feels easy. The rocket fuel is real simple, but the RCUs are speed modules, which is gold. Which is gold! And the LDS, I think, are aerogel. Yeah, that's the big one there, along with fiberglass. Yeah, so, you know, special small parts-ish time frame when you usually think about aerogel. We have benzene. Yay, benzene. Glorious, beautiful, wonderful benzene. Where are my glass? There. 2? Was it? Yes, 2. 2 hot air glass. Which also means I need the hot air. Yet again. Hello, hot air. I actually want to get rid of some of the pipes off of this blueprint. I want to get rid of these pipes, please. That's a heck of a lot better. It's a heck of a lot better. Oh, come on, really? Really? Placement of doohickey? You're gonna do this to me? You're really gonna do this to me? Alright, fine. We'll build here. This is 25 hot air per second, just to reiterate. This build does not do the full 33.3 repeating, it does 25. 25 wherever I want it. Oh. Of course. Of course I would continue to do the thing. Pipes in the way all the time. Always in the way. Oh good, it reaches. We've got the stretch! Is ash burning a part of PyBlock or is it regular Pi thing? It's a regular Pi thing. You can do that. Just fine. Just saw that question. Yes, it's a regular Pi thing. Yeah, ash burning ash stuff. Yes, that this is Pi. This is standard old Pi thing. Yes, ash can become ash. That is also true. That's why this is a thing and it feeds back on itself. Because ash is ash. Ash can make ash with the percentage chance. Yeah. It's weird, but that's just how the mechanic currently exists in a These things actually use the furnace mechanic, which is actually a very valid use of the furnace mechanic. I just wish furnaces didn't use the furnace mechanic. Like, I wish stone furnaces did not use the furnace mechanic, and you could actually just pick what does what in them, and, like, let the furnace mechanic be used for something that actually makes more sense. Like burning. Burning doesn't care what you put in. Technically, the stone furnaces don't care what you put in because they're stupid. They're dumb. They're stone. They don't have any electronics in them. They are stone. But you control what you throw into them, though. It's like, but inserters are smart-ish, right? Inserters are circuitry. They're not dumb. They're not as dumb as stone furnaces, anyway. And the filtered ones are not resource agnostic either. Like, you can do the filtered ones, but not until later in the game, but whatever. Stuff things. Things that can frizzle. Come on, grab that. Thanks. Boop, 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 boop. Down we go! Where is this? Right about there? There we go. Molten glass! You believe Factorio 2 has the furnaces assigning recipes? Yes, there are plenty of other mod sets that either have a replacement of the vanilla stone furnace that, like, has the ability to choose the thing, or has a additional type of furnace that lets you choose the thing that's based off the stone furnace. I know Bob's Mods has essentially a stone furnace equivalent with the metallurgy stone furnace that is the blue one that lets you actually just choose the type of recipe that you want for the smelting in the furnace, and then of course they have the red one that lets you have oxygen into the furnace if you're doing steel casting. That's part of if you only have Bob's mods and not Angels with it, of course, because that's been modified a bit. Gosh, do you remember the time when you needed to do the steel through that particular recipe for the oxygen, and get in order to get steel for the flare stack for the oxygen, right? Yeah, it was not nice. It was not nice. When that initial change happened, when basically Bob first introduced needing to do oxygen to get into steel, um, because if you had angels with it, it was on by default. You would not have a way of clearing hydrogen. Are frames dropping? Actually, yes, frames are dropping. I don't know why. I just had I have some frames dropping. What is going on there? Huh. Weird. We're like 11 minutes from the end of the stream ish. But yeah, I've had drop frames. I don't know why. 1683 now. 1683 drop frames. No. No, why? Why you do this? Why you do this? Like the bit rate's fine. It's just there's frames. They are dropping. It might be a Twitch thing, maybe. It's not that my system resources are bad, and it's not that my bandwidth is low. It's just dropping frames. It's just dropping frames. Probably Twitch dropping frames right now. Just Twitch's ability to process what I'm sending to it. It's what I'm thinking. But anyway, yeah, it's at 1987, it's 2011, 29. Yeah, that's not particularly nice, but there's literally nothing I can do. Literally nothing I can do about that. It's not seemingly anything to do with my bitrate, which would be my internet service provider. On that side of things, it doesn't appear to be my internet service. Weird. Very weird. I'm just going to continue on for the next like 9 minutes or so, and yeah, we'll go from there. We'll think about things going forward. Yeah, that's weird. It's been a long time since I've actually really had drop frames. A really long time, actually. Hello? Oh, that's the... That was the aromatics, not the benzene. Yeah. All right. We've got glass. So there's that much that we've done thus far of this. Got the benzene, coal, water, slurry fuel into the glass. So that's all taken care of. What is left is getting the chlorine for the hydrochloric acid. I did not. I did. It's right. It's right here. 13. Wow. I need more. I need more of my electrolyzers. All right. Sure. Where am I going to do this exactly? Probably up here. Probably right up here. 13 electrolyzers. 13, though. That's 7. Oof. Good question. Do I will reverse. And I will do precisely this thing here. Gosh, 2511 drop frames now. Gosh, I don't like seeing that. I'm just gonna keep glancing over to see. Oh, hey, now it's 1529. It's not like a ton. It's not a ton of the drop frames, though. We're not, like, excessively dropping frames. It's just occasionally frames are dropping, which I'll take. I'll take that over anything too particularly excessive. 2561 still. We'll see, and then 77, so another 10 frames. Less than 10 frames dropped. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on. I do not know. For those watching the VODs, you do not have to worry at all about frames getting dropped or any of that nonsense. Just because I am recording locally, and I always put onto YouTube my local recordings. Space savings. Go there. Save the space. Gotta save the space. Gotta save that space. Could save an extra space, but meh. Meh. Ta-da! Oh yes, and of course I have to deal with these solid outputs too. Oh boy. Where will that go? Actually, I have a great idea. I have a fantastic idea for that. Doink it, doink it, doink, doink, doink. Sad part is this gets mirrored. I don't have a mod to mirror for me. There you go. There you go. Frames still a droppin'. 2,897 now. Oh boy. And again, it does not seem to be because it's dropping the bit rate to the internet service. It doesn't seem to be that way. It seems like bit rate looks fine. It's just maybe not. Maybe not. It dipped down to 2000s there for a bit. 3000s. Maybe it is actually the internet. I'm seeing the bitrate is fluctuating a fair bit. Maybe someone's downloading something. Maybe someone's downloading something or something. But no, this would be upload, not download, which is, yeah. I'm the only one around here who uploads anything. Yeah. Also. Boop, 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 boop. Go ahead and power that, please. We are, of course, stacking the BS. Wow. How much? Wait, how much? 12.56? Wow. Okay. Sure. Nearly a yellow belt of sodium hydroxide. Wait, from that infrastructure? Yeah, that's a lot of sodium hydroxide. Like, uh... So, like, what was the point of the slate lime loop again? Like, what was the point of this infrastructure if I could just use electrolyzers? Like, pretty sure this is less power. That's the key here. This is less power. I'm pretty certain this is less power. But anyway, that is that step done, which leaves 6 chem plants with lamps. Where did I go? What? Huh? It's voided. It's all voided. I sent it. Yeah, no place for the gas to go. The gas is full. I have to build the infrastructure to spend the gas at this point, and I need to get the lamps in. And the unfortunate part is that's going to be way, way, way down here. Oh, goodness, I need extra space, actually. Why do I need extra space? Because I need to do this on all of them. On the everything. Bah. Yeah. This is the downside about this. It's like, okay, all the pipes everywhere. All the beautiful pipes. Ta-da! Bring in lamps. Although it is that time to end off the stream. Oh. Beautiful. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Excellent. Excellent. Where be lamps? Lamps! Come to the... There. Lamps are secured. Should I do the pipe logistics so I can at least say that I got through the HCl? Yes, I should. Alright. You're gonna go upwards. Onwards and upwards. Let's match these pipes. Yeah, sure. Why not? There. Turn. good enough? No, but we'll live with it. Okay, so chlorine. Chlorine and hydrogen. Pretty sure that the inside one's chlorine, the outside one is the hydrogen. What was what again? Yes, this side is hydrogen, aka the bottom, aka the outside. That and that. And hydrochloric acid is being made, or hydrogen chloride in this case. It's the gas rather than the fluid. That's the only difference, by the way. That they're both effectively the same thing, just two different names. One for the gas state, one for the fluid state, or aqueous state, I should say. Yeah, there you go. We got that part out of the way. Da-ding, that's checked. All that's left is to do the coal dust into, and the zinc chloride. I have to bring the zinc over and up as well. And we're nearly done. We can finish this off in the next stream. So, with that, folks, what did we get done today? We got done with the zinc plates. Finished off the zinc plates today. Upgraded the chromium to grade 4 molten casting of chromium, increasing our output from 3 per second to 16.1 per second of the chromium plates just by doing that through grade 4 processing of the chromium. Then went down and upgraded the microfiber as I began to plan out and execute upon the plan for the filtration media, and of course I have now set up a good chunk of the filtration media setup. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, please be sure to do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyanodon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyanodon and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. Leave a follow on Twitch at twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat if you haven't already. I will, of course, be back on Thursday, where we will continue with the path towards getting into Pi Science, I suppose. Yes, continuing onwards with phosphates. Yes, phosphates is the next major thing to have to think about. So that's what we will do, as well as Molly. So I think Molly will be next, then phosphates. So yeah, on our way towards Molly, once we have the filtration media, I will of course see you all then.